Imagine holding in your hands a coin that could change your life forever. A single penny, worth just 1 cent to most people, could be worth up to $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, 3 million. But here's the thing, only a select few people know that this penny exists, and even fewer know how to cash in on its incredible value. You might have one of these pennies right now, hiding in your collection, and it could be your ticket to wealth. But do you know what to look for? In this video, we're going to uncover the shocking truth about the 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny and why it's worth more than you can imagine. We all know about pennies, their tiny size, their small value. But not all pennies are created equal. Let's go back in time to 1976. The United States Mint was producing millions of pennies, but one tiny detail on a rare few could make them worth more than gold. The key is in the mint mark. The 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just another coin in your collection, it's a potential gold mine. Most people overlook this penny, thinking it's just another cent, but here's the catch, some of these pennies have a rare error that can send their value soaring into the millions. Now, before you start searching through your piggy bank, let's break down exactly what makes this penny so valuable. The 1976 D Mint penny has a very specific error or misstrike that sets it apart. In fact, this error is so rare that only a handful of them have been found, and each one is worth a small fortune. Here's the kicker, this isn't some myth. People are out there finding these rare pennies and cashing in. Imagine this. One lucky collector found a 1976 D penny with a misstrike, and that penny sold for nearly $3 million. It sounds like a dream, right? But it's real. And it could happen to you. But don't think it's going to be easy. Finding one of these pennies isn't like picking up a dime on the sidewalk. The competition is fierce, and people are hunting these down everywhere. The question is, will you be the one who finds it? Or will someone else beat you to it? Time is running out. Every day, these rare pennies are being sold in private auctions, rare coin markets, and even from the comfort of people's homes, especially in the digital age. And you might be thinking, I'll never find one of those. But don't be so quick to dismiss it. Think you've got no chance of finding $1 million penny? Well, maybe you should ask that guy who found one in his couch cushions. Yeah, the same couch you're probably sitting on right now. You can't afford to wait any longer. You need to act fast, because the window to make serious money from these coins is closing. This isn't just about rare pennies, it's about securing your financial future, or let's talk about what happens once you find that penny. The next step is crucial, getting it graded by a professional. A penny that looks perfect to the naked eye may still have flaws that reduce its value. You need to know how to get your coin graded properly to ensure you're not losing out on thousands, or even millions. This is where your knowledge pays off. There's a world of opportunity waiting for you, if you know how to navigate it. These rare coins don't just sit in your collection, they're part of a global market. And right now, with collectors and investors eager to get their hands on the rarest pennies, the value is skyrocketing. So, are you ready to change your life? The truth is, you could be sitting on a fortune right now without even realizing it. It all comes down to knowing what to look for, and making the right move before someone else does. But here's the most important part of all, don't let fear hold you back. You have the chance to break free from the ordinary. You've got the opportunity to live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. This penny could be your first step. Remember, the market is competitive. The longer you wait, the more chances you'll lose. The time to act is now. So, what are you waiting for? What if your 1976 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is the one that could change everything? Stay tuned, because in the next video, we'll show you the exact steps you need to take to find these hidden treasures and sell them for top dollar. You won't want to miss it. You're holding a simple penny. It's small, almost insignificant to the naked eye. But what if I told you that penny could be worth up to $2.7 million? Sounds crazy, right? But this isn't some fantasy, It's the reality of a rare 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's out there waiting to change someone's life. So how can a tiny coin like this have such value? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one of these rare pennies, and most importantly, how to sell it for a life-changing amount of cash. Let's start by going back to basics. Most of us have heard of the Lincoln penny, right? It's been in circulation for over a century. But here's where it gets interesting: not all of them are created equal. Most pennies have a mint mark, telling us where they were struck. But some don't. Enter the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The coin that's been hiding in plain sight, waiting to be found by someone who knows what to look for. You see, every other penny from that year had a mint mark, except for a handful of them. They were accidentally struck in the Philadelphia Mint without the usual P mint mark. Now, let me ask you, have you checked your pennies lately? Are you sure you know what you're holding in your hand? Because if you've got one of these, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Let's talk value. In 1987, millions of pennies were produced, yet only a tiny fraction were struck without that mint mark. And here's the kicker: these are the ones collectors are after. Why? Because the 1987 no-mint mark penny is one of the most elusive coins on the market. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a penny really be worth? Well, buckle up, these rare pennies have sold at auction for as much as $2.7 million. That's not a typo, but before you get too excited, not all 1987 no-mint mark pennies are worth that much. It depends on factors like condition, grade, and provenance. However, even a decent quality 1987 no-mint mark penny could fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Imagine the possibilities: one coin could pay off debts, fund vacations, or kickstart your retirement. It could even open the door to a completely new lifestyle. So, what's the secret to spotting these rare pennies? Well, keep watching, because I'm about to show you exactly how to identify a valuable 1987 no-mint mark penny. Okay, now that we know the value, let's talk about how to find this penny. Start by looking through your old change, especially if you've got a jar or a coin collection gathering dust in a drawer. But don't just glance at them, inspect each one carefully, check the mint mark area closely. Remember, the absence of a mint mark on a 1987 penny is what makes it special. If you find one, don't just throw it into your miscellaneous coins pile. Take a closer look at its condition. This is critical. A well-preserved penny could be worth a small fortune. Once you found your gem, what's next? Well, here's the part where you need to make a big decision. Do you hold on to it and wait for the market to rise? Or do you sell it now and walk away with a life-changing amount of money? The market for rare coins is hot, and there are collectors out there willing to pay top dollar for the right coin. Whether you sell it at an auction, through a coin dealer, or through a trusted online platform, make sure you get it appraised by a professional first. Now, before you rush off to grab your coins and start inspecting them, here's a thought that might make you pause. What if I told you there are other pennies, equally as valuable, hiding in your collection? What if there's an even rarer penny out there that could be worth even more? Stay tuned, because, in my next video, I'll be sharing the secrets of other million-dollar coins that could be waiting for you. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So, what are you waiting for? That 1987 no-mint mark penny could be right in front of you. If you've been sitting on a fortune this whole time, it's time to take action. Don't let opportunity slip through your fingers. Search those old coins, get them appraised, and who knows, you might be holding on to a life-changing treasure. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future tips and secrets to making money from your coin collection. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and remember, there's a fortune in every coin, if you know where to look. What if I told you that the coin sitting in your drawer, gathering dust, could be worth millions? Yes, millions. A humble penny, minted just over a decade ago, could be the key to your financial freedom. Imagine finding out your coin could fetch up to $2.5 million. Sound impossible? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you how a single penny could completely change your life. The 2007 Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This coin has been hiding in plain sight, and you could be sitting on a gold mine. But, how do you know if your penny is one of the rare ones? How do you turn it into cash? We're about to dive deep into the shocking truth about the value of this coin and how you can cash in. Keep watching, because your future wealth might just be a few seconds away. Now, you're probably wondering, what makes this penny so special? Why does it hold such incredible value? It all comes down to a tiny error in production. You see, when the US Mint was making these pennies, something unusual happened with a small batch, an error that caused the penny's design to be slightly off-center. Just enough to make it stand out, but not enough for most people to notice. Yet, this subtle mistake has made these pennies incredibly rare. But here's the kicker, most people don't know this penny is worth anything more than face value. And that's where the opportunity lies. Because while everyone else is spending their pennies like they're worth a single cent, you could be looking at a fortune in your hand. Now, I know what you're thinking, how do I know if I've got one of these rare pennies? You've probably got one or more 2007 pennies in your collection right now. But how do you tell if it's the one? Okay, maybe you don't need a magnifying glass that big. But it's crucial to know what to look for. I'm about to share the exact details that will help you spot if you've got one of these game-changing pennies in your hands. So, you found your 2007 penny. What now? Well, here's where things get exciting. You've got to get your hands on a professional grader. That's right, the condition of your penny is everything. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. A penny in perfect condition could be worth over $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2.5 million. But, here's where it gets tricky. If you don't get your coin graded properly, you risk selling it for a fraction of its true value. Don't make that mistake. This is where knowledge and timing matter more than ever. If you act now, you might just walk away with a life-changing payday. It's all about knowing where to go. There are trusted grading services, like the PCGS or NGC, that will evaluate your coin and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more cash in your pocket. But wait, there's more. The auction market. Once your coin is graded, it could be auctioned off to high-end collectors willing to pay top dollar. Some of these coins are sold at auctions for millions of dollars. And the best part? You don't have to be a coin expert to get started. Anyone can sell, and anyone can win big. But the clock is ticking. These rare pennies are out there, and the market is growing hotter every day. If you don't take action now, you could miss your chance to cash in. And let me tell you, you don't want to be the one who waited too long. Now, before you go running to dig through every jar of change you have at home, there's one more thing you need to know. You won't believe how many people overlook this. And it's the key to making sure your penny is worth what you think it is. Stick around until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the secret trick that can help you identify the hidden gems that are hiding in plain sight. You don't want to miss this, your financial future could be just around the corner. I hope you've learned something today that could change your life forever. The 2007 Mint Mark Lincoln penny could be your ticket to a future filled with wealth and freedom. But you've got to act fast. Make sure to subscribe for more tips on finding rare coins and how to turn them into real money. And remember, your next coin could be worth a fortune. Are you ready to take the chance? Penny could be worth up to $2.4 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not. In fact, you might have a rare treasure sitting right in front of you, hidden in plain sight. But before you get too excited, there's something you need to know if you want to turn that penny into a fortune. Keep watching, because this could change your life forever. Let's take a journey back to 2014. You might remember it as just another year, right? A year that didn't stand out much in history. But for collectors, 2014 holds something very special. A coin that's so rare, it's now making headlines and grabbing the attention of collectors all over the world. This is where things start to get interesting. The 2014 Lincoln penny. It looks like any other penny you'd come across. It's copper-plated, with the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But, there's something off about it. Something so rare, so specific, that it's worth millions. The key feature. The absence of the mint mark. You see, in 2014, most pennies were made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and each coin would have a mint mark to show where it was produced. But some coins, just a handful, were struck with no mint mark at all. And guess what? These pennies are now worth up to $2.4 million. Now, hold up. Before you start running to your coin jar, let's talk about what makes these coins so valuable. There's a lot more than just the lack of a mint mark. By the way, if you're looking at your 2014 pennies right now, don't panic if they have a mint mark. You're not about to discover your personal treasure trove just yet. But hey, at least you're learning something valuable today, so don't throw them away just yet. Okay, back to the serious stuff. The reason these 2014 Lincoln pennies are so valuable isn't just because they don't have a mint mark. It's the fact that only a handful of these coins were ever produced this way. You see, errors like this don't happen often, and when they do, they're extremely rare. The 2014 no mint mark pennies weren't supposed to exist, at least not in circulation. Here's where it gets exciting. These rare pennies have been spotted in coin collections and coin rolls, some of them still in perfect, uncirculated condition. They're a collector's dream. And the best part? The coin market is hot right now. There are buyers, serious buyers, willing to pay up to $2.4 million for the right specimen, but here's the thing, most of these rare pennies are misidentified. People don't realize they've got a rare treasure until it's too late. Some of these coins end up being sold for just a few bucks at garage sales or at coin shops. Don't let that happen to you. So now that we've established why these coins are worth so much, let's dive into what makes them truly special, and how you can spot them. The first step is simple: look for the lack of a mint mark. If your 2014 penny doesn't have a mint mark under the date, you could be looking at something valuable. But not all no mint mark pennies are created equal. Some are in much better condition than others. So, how do you know if yours is one of the rare, high-value coins? Condition is key. A penny in good condition will fetch much more than one that's worn down. The more pristine, the better. Pennies in mint condition can be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions. Find a certified expert. If you think you found a 2014 no mint mark penny, you'll want to have it verified. A professional coin grader can help you determine the coin's true value. And no, don't just take it to the nearest pawn shop. They might not even know the difference. But here's the catch: not every 2014 no mint mark penny is worth millions. There's a very specific range of characteristics that make the penny worth that astronomical sum. And knowing the exact details could be the difference between selling it for a few $100 and cashing in on a life-changing payday. Think of it this way: you wouldn't trust just anyone with $1 million investment, right? So don't trust your coin's value to someone who doesn't know what they're looking for. Let's be real, you're not going to let a random person pick out your future car, so don't let them pick out your rare coins either. But hold on, before we finish up, there's one more thing you need to know about selling your 2014 no mint mark penny for top dollar. When you're ready to sell, don't just settle for any offer. You need to know the right platforms where serious buyers are looking. Websites like eBay, specialized auction houses, and rare coin dealers are your best bet. And always, get a second opinion. If you think you've got $1 million penny on your hands, don't rush the sale. The market is competitive, and you want to maximize your profit. So, what should you do next? Start checking your pennies. Look for that missing mint mark. And don't waste any time. The longer you wait, the greater the chance someone else might spot the penny you've overlooked, and turn it into a small fortune. I know you want to live a life of financial freedom, and these rare coins could be the key to unlocking that dream. But you need to act fast, because these opportunities don't last forever. So, go check your 2014 pennies right now. And if you're serious about living the life you deserve, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for more tips on finding, identifying, and selling rare coins for life-changing money. Are you sitting on a small fortune and don't even know it? Imagine this: you come across a rare 2017 D. Lincoln penny, and you've just unlocked the door to potentially millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable? Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll show you how this seemingly ordinary penny could change your financial future forever. Let's begin with the basics. We all know the Lincoln penny, right? It's something we've seen and handled daily, often without a second thought. But in 2017, something extraordinary happened with the Denver Mint, and certain pennies, like the 2017 D. Lincoln, have skyrocketed in value. So, what makes this penny so special? Unlike the regular pennies we toss in our spare change jar, the 2017 D is rare and highly sought after. The Mint mistakenly created a batch that's different from the usual design. These mistakes, or errors, are the golden ticket for collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. We're talking about a coin that could be worth up to $2 million, but here's the kicker: most people don't even know that these coins exist. That means they're probably sitting in your change jar right now, unnoticed. The good news? You don't have to be an expert to spot it, and I'll tell you exactly what to look for. Let's dig into the details, and by the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to turn your old pennies into a massive cash windfall. Now, let's break it down. Why are these 2017 D. Lincoln pennies so valuable? It all comes down to a small but crucial detail. It's called the double die error. This means that during the minting process, the design on the coin was struck more than once, creating a noticeable distortion in the lettering and date. But here's the problem: these double die pennies were produced in a limited number, and their existence wasn't immediately recognized by the public. Most people are still tossing these pennies in their spare change, completely unaware of their value. Before I reveal how you can spot one of these rare coins, let me ask you this: have you ever thought about what would happen if you found one? What would you do with a windfall of up to $2 million? Keep watching, because what I'm about to say could be the key to your next big break. Now, let's talk about how to actually identify one of these rare pennies. No need for a microscope or advanced coin collecting tools, just a keen eye and a bit of know-how. Identification: how to spot the 2017 D. Lincoln penny and sell it for millions. Here's the most exciting part: spotting a 2017 D. Lincoln penny with a double die error is easier than you think. First, take a good look at the date. If the 2017 looks blurry or like it's been struck twice, you might have a winner. Then, check the Liberty and "In God We Trust" inscriptions. Any signs of double lettering mean you're looking at a rare coin with potential value, but don't jump the gun yet. There's a critical step you need to follow to sell it for top dollar. These coins need to be properly graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC, to confirm their authenticity and value. Without this certification, you might be leaving money on the table. Here's where most people get it wrong. They don't take the time to properly authenticate the coin, or worse, they sell it to the wrong buyer. What could have been a $1 million discovery might end up in the hands of a scammer or be undervalued by a casual buyer. You don't want that to happen to you, right? But before you rush off to get that coin graded, I'll reveal exactly what to do next to ensure you get the highest possible value for your rare penny. Trust me, this could be a life-changing opportunity, and you'll want to get every penny, pun intended, that's coming to you. Now, here's the final piece of the puzzle: once your coin is authenticated, it's time to sell. But not just to anyone. You need to approach the right collectors or high-end buyers who specialize in rare errors. Websites like eBay, heritage auctions, or private dealers are your best bets for securing a solid sale. The right auction could push your coin's value into the hundreds of thousands or even millions. So, what are you waiting for? That 2017 D. Lincoln penny you've been ignoring could be the key to your financial freedom. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Take action. Start searching your change jars and coin collections right now. You could be one penny away from changing your life, and remember, don't forget to subscribe for more valuable coin tips that could make you wealthy. Because you're just one coin away from living the life you've always dreamed of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more ways to turn your rare coins into cash. Keep those pennies safe, your fortune might be just around the corner.